So first topic is XREFs. XREFs have a command, XR enter is a shortcut. So when you type XR enter, you'll open up this XREF window, and then we'll go over the buttons and the settings in that window. So an XREF tool allows you to insert an entire drawing, such as existing site elements or a coworker's portion of the design. So it allows you to take a drawing, a PDF, an image into your current file. By bringing in an XREF, it can help you place elements of your own design on top of existing work. So for example, you can see topo lines, contour lines from another drawing file in your file, and you can draw your project on top of those lines. Or you can see existing utilities from another file, and then you can draw your design lines, design pipes on top of that. This is a window that I will come back to. There's two settings, overlay and attach, but I will talk about that once we get started. All right, once that's open, you'll see this is a design file. We have a parking lot here. We have a neighborhood here. We have our roads drawn out. If you click on any of these elements, you'll be able to modify them. They're just line work, right? So now let's say we want to see contour lines of the existing site. We want to see the topography file inside of this design file. Well, we're going to use this XREF. So on the home tab of the ribbon, we have all of our drawing tools, modify tools, etc. On the insert tab of the ribbon, there is a reference panel, and there is this button to open the XREF manager. It's a small arrow at the bottom right corner. However, I like using just the XREF command. So in the command line, let me make this a little bit bigger. In the command line, we can type XR and hit enter. Okay. Once you type XR enter, you're going to have this window pop up. At the top left, there's a button, and then there's a little drop down arrow. So if you click the drop down arrow, you will see all the options. If you just click the button, it will use the last option that you had selected. So I'm going to pick attach DWG. Okay, so once you attach DWG, you're going to see the eTopo file. This is the file that I want you to select. All right, when you click open, you're going to get another window with a bunch of settings. So I'm going to take some time to talk about all of these settings. All right, first one right here is attach versus overlay. So when it comes to civil type work, we always recommend to use overlay. We never choose attach. So let me bring up my PowerPoint. This is also in the book. So in the email I sent you, there's information on logging into the online book. So this is also in there. Overlay, let's talk about the little pictures first. So let's say we have a drawing A, which is contour lines, and we have a drawing B, which is points. If I take drawing A and I overlay into drawing B, I will be able to see the points and the contour lines. However, if I take drawing B, which is points, into drawing C, which is a road, I will see the points and the road, but not the contour lines. So what overlay means is this drawing will come into this drawing one time, but it will not follow drawing B into drawing C. Overlay does not keep them stuck together, right? It's just coming in here one time, but it will not follow B into C. Attach is the opposite. So if I take attach the contour lines into drawing B, the points, I see them together. So drawing B here looks the same. But if I take drawing B, which has points and contour lines, into drawing C, which has the road, I will see the contour line, the points, and the road, right? These contour lines will follow drawing B into drawing C. So it's like when you bring it in and you attach it, it's going to be stuck together, and it will follow this drawing everywhere. So hopefully that makes sense. So the reason why we do not attach is our civil files have a lot of things, right? We have maybe utility files, we have eTopo files, we have design files, we have architect files. And so drawing C might already have the contour lines. If I bring drawing B, because I'm trying to get the points, I'm bringing drawing B into drawing C, and drawing A comes along with it. Now I'm going to get the contour lines twice. If you get the contour lines twice, it's something called a circular XREF, and it can cause AutoCAD to crash. Sorry, did it pop up? So when you attach, it's dangerous because you can get the same drawing in C twice, and then again, it can cause AutoCAD to crash. So the safer route for what we do is overlay. We just want to bring it in that one time and not have it follow our file anywhere else. All right, so we're going to give it a try. We're going to use overlay. I only want to see the contour lines in this file. I don't want it to follow development to any other drawings. Another concept is up here at the top. There are different path types. So this is how the development drawing will remember to find the eTopo drawing, right? So if I pick no path, it will just remember the name of the drawing, and development and eTopo must be in the same folder. It will only look for this name. If I pick full path, it will go all the way to C drive, desktop, AutoCAD level 2, and then find the eTopo drawing, which could be fine if everybody's working on the same network, that's fine. But if you send your development drawing to a client who's not in your network, it will look at their desktop, their C drive, their desktop, their AutoCAD level 2, and it might not be saved in the same location. So then it becomes a problem. Your eTopo in this window will say cannot be found. So yes, you can fix it. They can fix the path, but initially it will say cannot be found. So a safer method is relative path. Relative path gives directions from the development drawing to the eTopo drawing. It might say go one folder up, one folder over, one folder down, and you can find eTopo. So as long as you send them the similar file structure, it will still find that eTopo file. So we recommend relative path. All right, and then these three, scale, insertion point, and rotation. If your drawing, eTopo, is drawn in the real world coordinate system, correct north orientation, drawn to scale, you should not need to scale it. You should not need to move it, and you should not need to rotate it, right? The only time you will use scale, insertion point, and rotation is maybe if you're bringing in a detail item or a PDF or an image, then you want to place it somewhere, right? So then you might check mark scale. So if you check mark scale, the command line will ask you for the scale. If you do not check mark scale, it will use the scale shown here. If you check mark insertion point, the command line will ask you, where do you want to put this object? If not, it will use these coordinates. And then again, rotation, if you check mark rotation, the command line will ask you for an angle. If not, it will use this angle. So in this case, this should be drawn correctly. I should not have anything checked. All right, so as long as you have the same settings as me, we can click OK. All right, and so I don't know if your window's in the way, but you can see this is my original file. This is the XREF file. So development is open, eTopo is loaded. And then over here, you can see that eTopo was set to overlay. When eTopo is selected, it highlights, well, initially when you click on it, it highlights those contour lines, and it should have popped up in the correct location, right? I didn't have to do any extra work. It's just correct already. When I select eTopo, down here at the bottom half of the window, you can actually stretch this bigger and smaller. It tells me the name, it's loaded, the file size, overlay, the date that, let's see, that was the last time it was saved, and then where that path is going. So this is where it is looking to find this file. Saved path, because I set it to relative, it doesn't remember the whole thing. It only remembers the name of the drawing, and then if there was a couple other folders, it would remember those couple other folders. But in this case, everything is in the same folder, so it doesn't really need to remember too much. Okay. So let's talk about some options that we have here. Let's start from the beginning. So right click on eTopo, and there's a bunch of options. Open will open the original file. So let's try open. Okay, so you'll notice this is the eTopo file. The eTopo tab shows at the top. Development is over here. So development is still open. eTopo is also open. Okay. So let's say someone else is working on eTopo at the same time that you're working on development. And then they make a change. So I want you guys to zoom in. We're going to delete this contour line, the small one in the middle. So just delete that. Once whoever's working on this made the change, they save that change. They don't necessarily need to close the file. You can close it or you can leave it open. I'm going to close it. I'll use the X on the tab to close it. When this happens, you should see a warning at the bottom right of your screen. So it says an XREF was modified. Do you want to reload the eTopo drawing? So we can click the blue text to reload the eTopo drawing. When we reload it, this should disappear. Another option down here is compare the changes. So let's say we don't know where this change has happened. You can check this box. And when you click reload eTopo, it will put a revision cloud around that area. I'm not going to do it quite yet. I will do it in a second. But another option or another thing that you'll see is if this window is open, you'll see needs reloading, right? So if you miss the warning at the bottom, another option is right click on the name of eTopo and reload it right here. So you have two methods, click on the warning or open the XREF window and right click reload. Okay, so I'm going to use the method down at the bottom. I'm going to click reload right here. Because I had that box checked, I'm going to zoom in. It's really small, but this is the revision cloud. Everything that's the same for eTopo is gray. Things that are different are either red or green. So in this case, it's red. Right, so red means it was deleted. And so once we're done, we're like, okay, I see what happened here. Up at the top of your screen, the check mark is to just finish and go back to normal. So I use the green check to finish that, and it's gone now. Okay, and here it says loaded. It was already reloaded. Okay, so let's right click again. So we just used open, where we opened the original file. Attach has a different meaning. Attach is if you want a second copy of this XREF. So you wouldn't use it for eTopo, but let's say you have a title block and you have 5 sheets. You would probably want to attach that title block 5 times for your 5 sheets. So this is a way to attach another copy of that XREF. Compare. So we saw compare just now, but if you have an XREF with some changes, you can show those recent changes by using compare. Unload is kind of, well, so hopefully you're familiar with AutoCAD layers. Unload is similar to turning off a layer, but you're turning off the entire XREF. So let's go ahead and try unload. So it turns it off. We don't see it in model space, but it's still in this list. And it tells me it's unloaded. So I can right click and reload and bring it back. Okay. Right click. Detach is if you want to remove it from model space and you want to remove it from this window. So it'll be completely gone from this window. Bind is if you do not want a link from this file to the original file. So the purpose of using an XREF, there's a lot of reasons, but one reason is so multiple people can work on the same project at the same time. One person can work on eTopo, one person can work on development, and you just reload the changes, right? So it's dynamically linked to that original file. If you bind an XREF, you're breaking the link. There will be a copy of the eTopo line work in here, but it will not be affected by what someone does in the original. So binding breaks the link and just makes it a copy of the line work. There's an option when you click bind to insert it. So insert it turns it into a block, but you can also just explode the block into the original line work. So I'm going to cancel. Most of the time you want to keep that link to your original file. XREF type, so if you made a mistake, you picked attach, you can always change it to overlay here. Path type, you made a mistake, you picked absolute. Absolute means full path. Remove path means no path. And then relative is relative. So between select new path and find and replace, let's say you have linked an architect's file and they have option A, option B, right? And right now we're looking at option A. You can use find and replace to replace our option A with option B. Okay. Select new path is if you moved your file to another folder. You can use this to go find that file in the different folder. So these are the new buttons. I mean, I say new, but it's not that new. An older method is down here. When eTopo is selected, you can see the original path. You can click on the saved path and you can browse with the 3 dots. This will allow you to browse anywhere. You can set this to be any drawing, any location. It doesn't have to match the original. You can pick from browsing here and it will link it up to this eTopo name and it'll pop it up in this location. So if you can't remember which one, this one or this one, you can still use the older method where you select a save path and then just browse. So if a client sends you a file and it says cannot find, you can always go here and browse to that file and it'll link it up. CAD Masters offers online and classroom training for a variety of Autodesk software. For more information, go to www.cadmasters.com or give us a call at 925-939-1378.